1, 2, 3, go!
Good morning and welcome into session number 1 of the 2026 New Zealand Swimming Championships. A big meet here for 460 odd swimmers from around New Zealand and a number from the international scene as well, all vying for qualification spots for a number of international meets this year, including the Commonwealth Games, the Pan-Pacific Games, the para events as well, the Junior Open Water. So lots on the line this week. We've got 10 sessions, 5 days, heats in the morning, finals at night. We'll have a C final, a 17 and 18-year-old age group final, followed by the A final in each of the events if there's 30 or more swimmers. Now this morning we kick off with the 1500 metres freestyle, the first of 2 time finals for the boys, followed by the 400 metre freestyle heats for the women. We'll then start with the first of our multi-class events, the 100 metres breaststroke for both men and women, followed by the able-body events, 200 metres individual medley for the men, and then the 200 backstroke for women. Back into the multi-class events with 100 backstroke for both men and women, and then into the quick 50 metre backstroke for the men, 50 butterfly for the women, and to finish off the 100 metres breaststroke for the men. A lot of events on the program this morning, but a reasonably short session of a couple of hours. So this is the first heat session. There are 70 odd clubs from around New Zealand taking part in this championships, and all the work, all of the preparation hoping to be paid off this week for our swimmers. Hope you enjoy session number 1. We now introduce our technical officials to pool deck. So please put your hands together and welcome our team onto pool deck for this morning's session. Our referee for the male events this morning, Christine Casson. Referee for the women's events this morning, Dan Harvey. Your starter for the men's events, Ross Gillespie. And for the women's events, Alan Hale. Your technical director for these championships is Diane Farmer. Thank you, officials. Please be seated. And we will await the first of our swimmers out onto pool deck. It is for event number 1, the men's 1500 metres freestyle. It is the first of 2 time finals, with the second time final being swum this evening. Event 1, the first of 2 time finals of the men's 1500 metres freestyle. Lane 2 from United Swimming Club, Tate Pichon. Lane 3 from Ngātai Tuatea Ataraika Swimming, Damon Kraus. Lane 4 from Parnell Swimming, Jonathan Bao. Lane 5 from Mount Maunganui Swimming, Riley McEwen. And lane 6 from Enterprise Swim Team, Kaito Sasamoto. So a number of international competitions where the qualifying times will need to be met, or one of the opportunities to meet the qualifying times are this week. The World Junior Open Water is one of those competitions, and there are some pool standards those swimmers will need to meet across the 5, 7.5 and 10K events. There's also the Para Panpacs. The World Para Series has been happening over this year. The Pan Pacific Games and the Commonwealth Games also a qualifying meet for those championships. So leading them out in this first time final, Riley McEwen of Mount Maunganui in lane 5. Just trailing him in 4 is Jonathan Bao of Parnell, and 3 is Damon Kraus of Ngātai Tuatea. Tate Pichon in lane 2, one of the multi-class athletes swimming S19 classification. He has got a long history in distance and open water swimming, Tate, and his best time just under 20 minutes, hoping to improve that this morning. And Jonathan Bow now takes the lead in this first time final of the men's 1500 metre freestyle, 30 lengths to the pool. And just under halfway mark, 700 metres, 8:08. So through the halfway mark, 8:44.09 for Jonathan Bow. Just on his hip is Riley McEwen. And they've across the top of the mountain now, down the other side. 9:20.42 through the 800 metres for Jonathan Bow. Hello. Good battle up the front here between Bow and McEwen, pushing each other along here in this 1500 metre freestyle. $550 metres to swim. 200 metres left to swim for our leading swimmers in this first time final. Lead has changed a number of times throughout this 30-lap event. Sitting in third place at the moment, Damon Kraus of Ngātai Tuatia Taraika Swimming. .350 metres to go for Tate Pichon. Wanting to try and get under that 20 minutes. Kaito Sasamoto in lane 6. And now a bit of a burst of speed here from Jonathan Bow. Takes the lead, breathing to his right. What's Riley McEwen got left here? Bow has the time in the program of 17:15. 22 seconds faster in the program than McEwen. Big push into the finish here for our first two swimmers. And it's going to be Bow who gets there for the win of the first time final. Kraus gets third. Well done to Kaito Sasamoto coming in 18:33. Tate Pichon coming in to finish. Final swimmer in the first of this time final. Let's give these men a round of applause. First 1500 metre first event of the program this morning. This is event number 2, the women's 400 metres freestyle. There are 5 heats. This is heat number 1. In lane 3 from United, Ava Neems. In lane 2 from St Paul's Swimming Club, Ashley Calcott. In lane 5 from North Shore Swimming Club, Amelia Rose Searle. First heat of the women's 400 metres freestyle, and it is lane 5. So Amelia Rose Searle doing a great job here. She will come in to cruise through to the win. 4:48.83. Neems gets second to the wall. Calcott third. Heat 2 of the women's 400 metres freestyle. Lane 2 from Germany, Victoria Schaefer. In lane 3 from Jazzy, Grace Henderson. Lane 4 from Central Hawke's Bay Swimming, Paige Franklin. 5 from Enterprise Swim Team, Rio Sasimoto. 6 from North Shore, Brooke Humphreys. 7 from Australia, Madeline McTurnan.
We have accidentally picked up a pair of white DMC, sorry, DMA pseudo twins. White DMA pseudo twins. They're one of our Australian team members sitting there. Please drop them to the resolution. That's a white pair of DMA pseudo twins for our Australian team members. We've got the name Mia on them. Drop them to the resolution, please. Thank you.
Grace Henderson leads them through. 50 metres to go here. Heat 2 of the women's 400 metres freestyle. Got a lead of about 2 seconds over the other side of the pool. Lane 7, that's our visitor from Australia, Madeline McTurnan. But she's held on. It'll be Grace Henderson who takes out heat number 2 in the women's 400 metres freestyle. Heat 3 of the women's 400 metres freestyle. Lane 1 from Icebreaker, Scout Carter. 2 from United, Macy Haynes. Lane 3 from Nelson South, Tegan Stewart. 4 from North Shore, Chelsea White. 5 from Mount Maunganui, Amelia McEwen. 6 from St Paul's, Tessa Scott. 7 from Howard Pakaranga, Leah Yang. 8 from Trojans, Phoebe Nettle. Chelsea White, the visitor, swimming for North Shore, battling it out with Macy Haynes in lane 2. And it will be the visitor, Chelsea White, who takes out heat number 3 of the women's 400 metres freestyle. And both swimmers going under their entry time, 4:34s. This is heat 4 of 5 of the women's 400 metres freestyle. In lane 1 from Blenheim Swim Club, Nicola Lovell. Lane 2 from North Shore, Olivia Bates. 3 from Neptune, Amelia Finer. 4 from Neptune, Caitlin Deans. 5 from St Peters, Alyssa Tapper. 6 from Swimming Australia, Jade Starr. 7 from North Shore, Alexis Bassini. And 8 from United, Freya Hingston. Now, Caitlin Deans has already qualified or reached the mark for the Pan Pacific Championships. Still yet to try and reach that qualifying mark for the Commonwealth Games. And the Commonwealth Games mark for the 400 metre freestyle for the women, the aid time of 4:03.16. And the Pan Pacific time, which she has achieved already, of 4:10.23. So the time set for the Commonwealth Games aimed at that swimmer placing top 6 in that individual event. And Caitlin Deans leads them through. Elisa Tapper from St Peters in lane 5. So you do wonder with this 1 week opportunity to get that selection time, that qualifying time, whether the heats are going to be used as an opportunity to really push it and get those times. .100 metres to swim for Caitlin Deans. She held a 32.5 in that last 50, a 3:10, looking at probably a 4:13, 4:14 here. Elisa Tapper in lane 5, sitting in second. Third at the moment, the visitor Jade Starr, lane 6. Back to Amelia Finer from Neptune, 4th. .4:15 flat for Caitlin Deans to win heat number 4. The final heat, heat 5 of the women's 400 metres freestyle. In lane 1 from North Shore, Kezia Bassini. Lane 2 from Hamilton Aquatics, Holly McDonald. 3 from Sum Rotorua, Olivia Emmett. 4 from North Shore, Erica Fairweather. 5 from Coast, Eve Thomas. 6 from Jazzy, Brooke Bennett. 7 from Kiwi, Ruby Heath. 8 from North Canterbury Swim Club, Shay Jackson. Erica Fairweather has already reached the qualifying standard for the Commonwealth Games and the Pan Pacific Championships in this 400 metre freestyle event. So pressure off a little bit for this event across this week. But of course wanting to see some form, check her progress, where she's at with her training. Eve Thomas, now permanent resident at Coast Swimming Club, sitting in second at the moment in lane 5. Standout performer in the middle distance and distance swimming events, in fact all events. Erica Fairweather just looking incredibly comfortable here in this 400 metres freestyle, coming through to the 300 metre mark and the whistle. .305, so a 5-second margin. Caitlin Deans went through in a 3:10. So this could be potentially a 4:07, 4:08. That Com Games qualifying time 4:03.16, the qualifying standard for the A. And Eve Thomas pushing hard in second place at the moment. The Pan Pacific qualifying mark of 4:10.23. And sitting back in a distant third is Olivia Emmett, who's swapped over to Sumrotsarua now. And Fairweather wins the final heat of the women's 400 freestyle. 4:07.78, just outside the Pan Pacific time. There is Eve Thomas, 4:11.66. Hopefully more to come in the final this evening. That concludes the 5 heats of the women's 400 metres freestyle. We'll just take a glimpse at that result for that heat. And we'll be back after this short break for event 101, the men's 100 breaststroke multiclass. Event 101, the men's 100-metre breaststroke multi-class. There are 2 heats. In lane 2 from Pukekohe is Daniel Smith. Lane 3 from Swimming Australia is Darren Sisman. Lane 4 from Swimming Australia, Beau Matthews. 5 from Coast, Asher Smith-Franklin. 6 from Danny Burke, Jonty Howland. Great swimming here from Daniel Smith of Pukekohe. He had a 1:06.53 in the program, 1:08.33 he does this morning. First to the wall, our Australian swimmer coming in second, Asher Smith-Franklin, 1:11.83, just outside his entry time. Heat 2, Daniel Rigby from Swimming Australia in lane 3. From United, James Hayden. 4 from Coast, Joshua Wilmer. 5 from Swimming Australia, Riley Moore. 6 from Swimming Australia, Hamish Keenan. 7 from St Paul's, Ian Chen. The qualifying standard for the Com Games for Joshua Wilmer, 1:12.61. Really pushing it here this morning. Our Australian visitor in lane 5, keeping him honest here in the second 50. A 1:10.58. Great performance for Joshua Wilmer this morning. And he nods away with approval. So he's reached that qualifying standard and a New Zealand record for Joshua Wilmer in the SB9 category. Congratulations, great swimming. And there's the official result. Joshua Wilmer, New Zealand record, meeting that qualifying standard as well. Great swimming. Next up is the women's 100 breaststroke multiclass. Just one heat of the women's 100 breaststroke multi-class in lane 1 from Whakatane Swimming Club, Chloe Gladwin. 2 from Swimming Australia, Gemma Selleck. 3 from Swimming Australia, Mia Hogan. 4 from St Peter's, Jessica Johnston. 5 from Wharanui, Gabriella Smith. 6 from Swimming Australia, Elisa Gillespie. 7 from Aquatic, Mackenzie Drage. And 8 from Wharanui, Charlotte Rosen. So Jessica Johnston, this is her main event. She swam the New Zealand age group swimming championships 3 or 4 weeks ago and performed extremely well. The qualifying standard for Para Pampax, 1:25.87 in SB9. Gabriella Smith, also in the SB9 category, out there in 5. Looking for some good times early in these championships. 1:20.24. Going to have to bring the goods for the final this evening. So another standard there for Jessica Johnston, a little bit off her PB, but she'd already got under that standard, so great to see she's under it again, to 1:25.87, hoping for that. Try and get closer to that PB this evening. In comes Mackenzie Drage in lane 7. Charlotte Rosen is our final swimmer to come in and touch the wall in event number 102. Moving now to event 3, the men's 200 metres individual medley. There are 4 heats. This is heat number 1. Heat 1, lane 2 from Whakatane Swimming Club's Andre Herbs. Lane 3 from North Shore, Bradley Searle. 4 from Wharanui, Tyson Lynch. 5 from Coast, William Delamere. And 6 from Coast, Oscar Pedersen. Close finish there for heat number 1 of the men's 200 metres IM. And taken out by William Delamere of Coast. Heat 2 of 4 of the men's 200 metres individual medley. Lane 1 from United, Yen Cheng Lee. 2 from Coast, Alex Sanford. 3 from Harak Pakaranga, Samuel Asiata. 4 from Mount Maunganui, Flynn Beattie. 5 from St Paul's, Josiah Joyce. 6 from Jazzy, Zachary Horton. 7 from North Shore, Henry Wang. 8 from North Shore, Ryan Hewitson. Heat 3 of the men's 200 metres individual medley. Lane 1 from Rotorua, Zach Pass. 2 from North Shore, Samuel Potching. 3 from United, Fraser Walker. 4 from Rotorua, Ariel Mochirahondo. 5 from Roskell, Daniel Kriegting. 6 from Ngātai Tuatea Taraika Swimming, Declan Broadfoot. 7 from North Shore, Dita Bassini, and 8 from Wharanui, Flynn Grace. The qualifying mark for the 200 metres individual medley for the Pampaks to 159.05, and for the Commonwealth Games 157.80. Ariel Mochirahondo had incredible performances at the Australian Age Group Swimming Championships. The junior Pan-Pacific time of 2:05 flat. And Ariel also eligible for that championships as well. So a few different qualifying marks on the line here. A time in the program of 2 minutes, 0.87. One of the up-and-coming swimmers in the New Zealand scene at the moment. Just absolutely beautiful technique. Nice long limbs, just stretching it out in this final 50 freestyle. Ariel Mochirahondo will cruise in, and once again under the mark for the Junior Pan-Pacific Championships. Over his PB, but under that mark of 2:05 flat. In the Junior Pan-Pacific Games taking place in Vancouver this year. The final heat, Heat 4 of the men's 200 metres individual medley. Lane 1 from St Paul's, Alexander Kopachon. Lane 2 from Kiwi, Liam Rees. 3 from North Shore, Nemanja Markovic. 4 from United, Lewis Clareburt. 5 from Groskell, Kevin Zhang. 6 from North Shore, Grayson Coulter. 7 from Jazzy, Nico Solidi. And 8 from St Paul's, John Park. Now 2004 world champion, and recently off the back of a very successful Australian Swimming Championships, Lewis Clareburt training now in Australia, coming home to swim for his home club United, and a time in the program 1:57.06. Again, those qualifying marks for the Pan-Pacific Games, 1:59.05 and 1:57.80 for the Commonwealth Games. Look out for Grayson Coulter in lane 6, the 14-year-old. Claire Burt cruising through to win heat number 4, 2:03.68, about the same time as Ariel Mochirahondo. Be a good race tonight. Second to the wall, Kevin Zhang of Roskell. Markovic gets third here in heat number 4. That concludes event number 3, the 200 metres individual medley for the men. And we'll just check that result. And we'll be back after this short break with event 4, the 200 backstroke heats for the women. Welcome back in the 2026 New Zealand Swimming Championships, here live from the National Aquatic Centre here in Auckland. The 200 backstroke is up next. There are 4 heats, and this is heat number 1. Lane 1 from North Canterbury, Melanie Rose Metcalf. Lane 3 from North Shore, Charlotte Welsh. 5 from Icebreaker, Violet Carter. 6 from North Canterbury, Genevieve Watson Christie. And swimming up the front of the field here, Charlotte Welsh and Violet Carter, 3 and 5. We've got the 2 multi-class swimmers, S19s, in lane 2 and 7. And just starting to a late run, Violet Carter coming through in lane 5. Might perhaps just edge out Charlotte Welsh for the win of heat number 1. Both just under 2:30. Heat 2 of the women's 200 metres backstroke. Lane 1, Phoenix Aquatics, Catherine Bates. Lane 2 from Coast, Hayley Wyatt. Lane 3 from North Canterbury, Macy Barnes. 4 from Phoenix, Arissa Liu. 5 from Aquagym, Penny Smith. 6 from St Paul's, Ashley Lander. 7 from Pirates, Mackenzie Wright. 8 from Icebreaker, Emma Bendal. Arissa Liu, nice win in the second heat of 4 of the women's 200 metre backstroke. Heat 3 of 4 of the women's 200 metres backstroke. Lane 1 from Greendale, Brooks Spears. 2 from Wharanui, Laura Menzies. 3 from North Shore, Tess Winneray. 4 from Hamilton Aquatics, Georgina McCarthy. 5 from Wharanui, Hannah Abdo. 6 from Coast, Amber George. 7 from Trojans, Holly Stanford. 8 from Hawak Pakaranga, Danielle Asiata. Amber George takes them out through the first 100. No surprises there. The 50 metre backstroke specialist got some early speed. Let's start to look to the middle of the pool for Gina McCarthy. Really enjoys the middle distance swimming. The Pan Pacific A qualifying standard for 200 backstroke is 2:11.08 with a development time of 2:13.05. Commonwealth Games 200 metres backstroke 2:08.71 for the A time. McCarthy just starting to emerge at the front here, heat number 3. And will come through to win it. George will come second in that heat. Tess Winneray touches third. The final heat of the women's 200 metres backstroke in lane 1 from Hamilton Aquatics, Pippa Mihaka. 2 from Wharanui, Bridie Quayle. 3 from United, Jessie Welsh. 4 from Coast, Milan Glintmeyer. 5 from Swimming Australia, Ivy Miller. 6 from Hitatonga Sun Devils, Breeze van Veldhuizen. 7 from Coast, Savannah Eve Martin. 8 from Pukekohe, Kiana Swain. Now Milan Glintmeyer has already reached the Junior Pan Pacific qualifying standard. Her entry time of 2:10.22. And the Pan Pacific time is 2:11.08 for the A. And as we said before, for the Commonwealth Games, it is a 2:08.71. So just looking to see what these swimmers do through the heats this morning. It might be just conserving that energy for the final session tonight to give it everything they've got, or taking every opportunity they can to reach those qualifying standards or PBs this morning. Perhaps a 2:13 swim this morning or thereabouts for Milan Glintmeyer. Looking strong, head and shoulders above the rest of the field through this heat number 4. Challenging for second to the wall at the moment, it is Jessie Welsh here in lane 3. And lane 5, our visitor Ivy Miller. 2:14.48. For Milan Glintmeyer. And that again was under that Junior Pan Pacific time there for Milan Glintmayer. Next up is the next event on the program, event 103, the men's 100 metres backstroke multi-class. There are 2 heats. Heat 1 of 2 of the men's 100 metres backstroke multi-class. In lane 3 from Blenheim, Jack Bugler. Lane 4 from Swimming Japan is Ogidawa Kotaro. Lane 5 from United is David Beck. In lane 6 from Central Hawke's Bay Swimming is Lance Dusto. Impressive swimming here from Ogiwara Kotaro, the S8 swimmer from Japan, the 24-year-old. And a 109.68 for him. Outside of his 107.63 in the program. Heat 2 of event 103, the multi-class men's 100 metres backstroke. Lane 2 from Wharanui is Luca Willems. 3 from United, James Hayden. 4 from Swimming Australia, Declan Budd. 5 from Swimming Australia, Daniel Rigby. And lane 6 from Roskilde, Arta Chernenko. Declan Budd wins heat number 2, 102.11, our visitor. And the visitors 1-2. James Hayden hits the wall 113. Chernenko from Roskilde gets to the wall 4th. And Luca Willems in S18 classification coming down his final 25 metres. Well done, 2:07.58. That concludes event number 103. Next up, event 104, the women's 100 backstroke multi-class. There are 2 heats. Heat 1 of the women's 100 metres backstroke multi-class. Lane 3 from Wharanui, Brooke Anderson. 4 from Swimming Australia, Gemma Selleck. 5 from Swimming Australia, Elisa Gillespie. 6 from Whakatane Swimming Club, Chloe Gladwin. Heat 2 of the women's 100 metres backstroke multi-class. In lane 2 from Hamilton Aquatics, it's Melissa Donoghue. 3 from North Shore, Brielle McPherson from North Shore. Lane 4 from Swimming Australia, Madeline McTurnan. 5 from Wharanui, Lily Fox Mason. Lane 6 from Aquatic, Charlotte Murphy. The para-pampak time in this event for the women varies depending on class, but we look at the swimmers in this field. Lily Fox Mason, S10, looking at a 1:15.19 for that para-pampaks. And just outside that this morning, but is inside the development time. Nice to have the visitors here to push along the Kiwis this week. Australia, Germany, and probably many more across the week. In comes Melissa Donoghue, and on the other side of the pool, Charlotte Murphy about to touch. That concludes event 104, the women's 100 backstroke multi-class. And just waiting on the official result there. We'll go to a quick ad break now. We'll be back with the event 5, the men's 50-metre backstroke heats. Welcome back to the 2026 New Zealand Swimming Championships live from the National Aquatic Centre in Auckland. We're moving now to heat number 1 of the men's 50-metre backstroke. There are 6 heats in this event, and just getting our technical officials ready to kick us off at the other end of the pool this time. Event 5, the men's 50 metres backstroke. There are 6 heats. This is heat number 1, James Zhang in 3 from Phoenix. Lane 4, Samuel Delamere Coast. Lane 5, Mun Yeager from Wharanui. Heat 2 of the 50 metre backstroke for the men. Timothy Chin in 1, Johnny Joseph in 2, Kobe Piggott in 3, Luke Manderson in 4, Murdoch Phillips in 5, Eric Yuan in 6, Dylan Groupink in 7. Nice swim out there in lane 6. This is Eric Yuan from Porirua City Aquatics will take out heat number 2. Heat 3, 50 metre backstroke for the men. Lane 1, Sam Rowe. 2, Rion Othuthan. Lane 3, Clayton Fowle. 4, Vincent Downs Honey. 5, Tyson Lynch. 6, Ryan Hewitson. 7, Max Gardner. 8, Lachlan Collins. Close finish there in heat number 3. It'll be Max Gardner who takes it out from lane 7. If you have lost an AirPod, come to the resolutions desk. Thank you. Heat 4 of the men's 50 metre backstroke. Lane 1, Case Glintmeyer. 2, Eric Wong. 3, Osbert Gu. 4, Brandon Holder. 5, William Campbell. 6, Hans Half. 7, Mitch Ellis. 8, Jonathan Swanepoel. Magic Lane 7 really doing something this morning. Mitch Ellis from Liz Van Weddy Aquatics. In fact, that's lane 8, I think, is it? No, lane 7 gets through. Mitch Ellis, 27.40. Just underneath his entry time. Heat 5 of the men's 50-metre backstroke. Lane 1, Donald Tian. 2, Josh Edwards-Smith. 3, Kane follows. 4, Jack Hendy. 5, Ethan McDonald. 6, Alexandro Esposito. 7, Daniel Williams. 8, William Delamere. Qualifying times for Pampax 25.11. And all just over 26 there. JPP time 26.37. Looking out for any eligible swimmers to go underneath that time. 26.37 JPP. Heat 6 of the men's 50-metre backstroke. Lane 1, Yenok Zhang. 2, Samuel Poching. 3, Zachary Dell. 4, Jasper Cornish. 5, Bruce Shen. 6, Lucas Bell. 7, Lucas Percival. 8, Harrison James. Now, Bruce Shen and Lucas Bell already reached that qualifying standard for junior Pampax as they come on through in 5 and 6, but it looks like the middle of the pool. Jasper Cornish, 25.61, comes through to win heat number 6 after a period of time out of the water. Great to see him back. Zach Dell, I think, got to the wall second. He did, 26.05. And that concludes event number 5. And just... so great to see earlier qualifying standards being reached by Bruce Shen and Lucas Bell. 24.86. And they've, 26.37. So Lucas Bell going under that again there. Great job. We move now to event number 6. It is the women's 50 metres butterfly heats. Heat 1 of 5 of the women's 50 metres butterfly. Lane 1, Phoebe Nettle. 2, Danielle Rule. 3, Lom Stryden. 4, Marina Nadillo. 5, Kaya Henare. 6, Macy Haynes. 7, Tala Channy. And lane 8, Holly Stanford. Heat 2 of the women's 50 metres butterfly. Lane 1, Isla Marsh. 2, Abigail Samuels. 3, Penny Smith. 4, Isabel Hunt. 5, Maya Zanka. 6, Anna Lee. 7, Zaniqua Pratt-Smith. And 8, Molly Dooley. Heat 3 of the women's 50 butterfly. Lane 1, Xanthi Miller. 2, Pippa Mihaka. 3, Millie Bell. 4, Olivia Emmett. 5, Lola Nichols. 6, Emma Wallace. 7, Sasha Henderson. And lane 8, Janaea Baker. Heat 4 of the women's 50 metres butterfly. Lane 1, Georgina Bell. 2, Lucy Abbott. 3, Tribeca Liu. 4, Zoe Pedersen. 5, Brooke Swan. 6, Madison Kidd. 7, Neve Tassaka. 8, Freya Hingston, Junior World Champion Zoe Pedersen in lane 4, coming through 26.27. Just outside the Pan Pacific time of 26.23. Final heat, lane 1, Miller Tongalia, lane 2, Savannah Eve Martin, 4, Hazel Auerhan, 5, Alice Monaghan, 6, Esme Patterson, 7, Anya Moritz, 8, Ruby Sysom. Now Hazel Auerhan has reached the qualifying standard for the Commonwealth Games already. That time of 25.83. Let's see what she can do this morning. She'll win this heat comfortably. She goes in 25.56. Just outside the New Zealand record, well underneath the qualifying standard again for the Commonwealth Games. A time for Hazel Hourhand, and a great signal that she is in great form heading into this New Zealand Championship event. And there's the official result. We move now to the next event on the program. It is the 100-metre breaststroke for the men, event number 7. There are 5 heats. Hundred-metre breaststroke for the men, first of 5 heats in lane 3, Grayson Swanepoel Coast. 4, Ewan O'Connor Close Pirates, and lane 5, Isaiah Tau from Pukekohe. Heat 2 of 5 of the men's 100-metre breaststroke. Lane 1, Johnny Joseph United. 2, Remy Burns, Pukekohe. 3, Riley Herbins, North Shore. 4, Travis Henderson, Hawak Pakaranga. 5, Sean Lee, Phoenix. 6, Dylan Oyston, United. 7, Sunny Liu, North Shore. And lane 8, Tharik Kahunawala from Icebreaker. Heat 3 of 5 of the men's 100 metres breaststroke. In lane 1 from United, Abe Alblas. In lane 2 from Coast, William Wang. In 3 from Wharanui, Sam McAllister. 4 from Parnell, Rick Sau. 5 from Pukekohe, Daniel Smith. 6 from United, Yen Cheng Lee. 7 from North Canterbury, Robert Thompson. 8 from Swimming Australia, Cormac Flynn. Daniel Smith, what a great swim for him, 108.31 swimming in the SB19 category. I'm pretty sure he's smashed the New Zealand record in the SB19 100 metre breaststroke. Heat 4 of the men's 100 metre breaststroke. In lane 1 from Coast, Jonathan Swanepoel. 2, Michael Yang, Phoenix. 3, Harjun Arjun from Swimming Australia. 4, Kevin Zhang, Roskill. 5, Joseph Reha, Porirua. 6, Danny Sun, North Shore. 7, Cameron Karpik, United. 8, Zach Pask from Swim Rotorua. Few age group record holders in this field. Leading the charge at the moment, Kevin Zhang. Danny's son out there was an age group champion a few weeks ago in lane 6. 103.14 for Kevin Zhang, goes underneath his 103.60. The only swimmer in the field going underneath the entry time. Final race of this morning's session, Heat 5 of the men's 100 metre breaststroke. Lane 1 from Phoenix, Jethro Yoon. 2 from United, Caleb Yin. 3 from North Shore, Blair Helms. 4 from Coast, Hara Hughes. 5 from North Canterbury, Ryland Wheeler. 6 from North Shore, Alwyn Bow. 7 from St Paul's, John Park. 8 from icebreaker Eric Wong. These Commonwealth and Pan Pac times pretty quick. Either got to go around about a low minute or under the minute for the 100 breaststroke. Hara Hughes leading the way in the fastest heat here of the 100 breaststroke for the boys, for the guys. On his tail, Blair Helms, the medley specialist in lane 3, Ryland Wheeler in lane 5. Ryland Wheeler featuring prominently in the New Zealand age groups a few weeks ago. Hara Hughes will get there for the win, 103.46. Now, just been informed there'll be a swim-off in the men's 50 metres backstroke. That will be the final race of this morning's session. So swim-off for the men's 50 metre backstroke coming up. Technical officials just pulling together information and getting that ready to go. Good strong finish there from Blair Helms there, showing his strength over that final 10 metres. And he has gone under his entry time, one of the only in the field, the only swimmer in the field to go under the entry time. So there's the result. One final race to swim, the swim-off of the men's 50 metre backstroke. Just waiting on information for that one. So a good number of swims this morning that have reached the qualifying standards. But let's go to the 50 metre backstroke swim-off. It's Alessandro Esposito versus Mitch Ellis. They did exactly the same time through the heats. This will be to decide a berth into one of the finals this evening. A swim-off for the men's 50 metre backstroke. Alessandro Esposito versus Mitch Ellis. Expect a close one here. They did exactly the same time through the heats this morning. And a slight edge down the first 25 for Alessandro Esposito. Looks to have done enough perhaps to get through. It will be Esposito who gets through by just under half a second. And there may well be another swim-off in the 100 metres butterfly. Just waiting on officials to give us the information there. So thanks for your patience, officials. There might be one more swim to go. One final swim off to come here in session number 1. The 100 metres butterfly, just waiting on those swimmers and the information to come through. And there it is on screen, Neve Tarsika versus Georgina Bell. It's the 50-metre butterfly swim off. 50-metre butterfly. And those two swimmers just getting ready to go. Neve Tarsika in lane 4, Georgina Bell in 5. Vying for a place in one of the finals this evening. Tarsika known for the longer 200 metres butterfly, but trying to edge ahead Georgina Bell this morning. And Neve Tarsika will win that one by 0.2 of a second. Well done to the woman there. We want to please put your hands together and thank our technical officials, ladies and gentlemen, for their time and attention this morning. And we'll just wait for the official result there of that swim off. And the fun's not over. There might, in fact, be one more swim off. So officials, you can put that cake and biscuit and cup of tea down, and you may have to head back out onto the pool deck. Just waiting on news of this possible third swim off. This is unheard of. Not had 3 swim offs before. All right, false alarm, no final swim off there. So officials, you can make your way from pool deck. Thank you very much. And we'll be back after this break just to wrap the session and look ahead to our first final session tonight. Well, there's been some fantastic performances and some performances that hopefully they can improve this evening for session number 1. We started with the 1500 freestyle, then into the 400 freestyle for the girls, and then we started the 100-metre breaststroke. We had the multiclass, a great swim there by Joshua Wilmer, reaching that standard for the Para-Pampax sort of Commonwealth Games standards there. And then in the 100 breaststroke for the woman, Jessica Johnson again going under the Para-Pampax qualifying standard time. The 200 metres individual medley, Ariel Mochirahondo Sumorotarua went under the junior Pampax time again. And I think a little bit more room to move. He did pretty much exactly the same time as Lewis Clareburt did in the heat. So that's going to be a fantastic final tonight. The 200 metres individual medley for men. Then we had the 100 backstroke for multi-class girls. Lily Fox-Mason getting the development time for the Para-Pampax in the S10 category. Women's 100-metre backstroke multi-class. The 50 backstroke for the men. Lucas Bell going underneath the junior Pampac qualifying time again. And it's going to be an exciting final. A final tonight with very close heats this morning. The 50 butterfly for the women, Hazel Hourhand easily going under that Commonwealth Games qualifying standard, just off her own New Zealand record as well. She did a great job in that event, in great form. One of the fastest in the world over this distance. And then it was a SB19 New Zealand record for Daniel Smith, 108 in the 100 breaststroke SB19 multi-class classification. Going extremely well on that distance too. So tonight, let's look at the lineup. We're going to kick off with that, the second time final of the men's 1500 metre freestyle, then into the 400 freestyle finals for the women. Then into the 100 breaststroke multi-class men's and women. 200 IM, that's where Ariel Mochirahondo and Lewis Clareburt come together. 200 metre backstroke for the women after that, followed by the multi-class 100 backstroke finals. 50 backstroke for men, 50 butterfly for women, 100 breaststroke for men. Then we finish with relays. Remember tonight, if there's over 30 swimmers in an event, there will be a C final, followed by the 17-18-year-old age group final, and then the A finalists, the fastest 10 in the event. We hope you've enjoyed session number 1. and look forward to you joining us for the first of our final session this evening. Thanks for joining us.